Hi guys, welcome back to Bespoke Airsoft, and in this video we're taking a look at the brand new KWA MOD.3. As you know, I'm a massive fan of the KWA, SMG and QRF lineup. You'll see the small version of the TK45 just on the wall just there, heavily modified. You've got the QRF Mod 1, which I wanted to mimic sort of the MP5 style mags that it's got, so I went for the Mod 1 over the Mod 2. So that was heavily modified as well. It's very different, you know, got a bronze theme going on there. So the Mod 3 came along, and is it all, you know, much the same? What's different compared to the other models that they do? In terms of performance, the features and everything it comes with, it's pretty much identical to the Mod 1, which is this one here, and the Mod 2, which has the straight Glock style mags. The only difference being it's a new lower receiver, so you're going to be accepting a sort of faux MP9 style magazine. So nice box here. Let's flip this up. In the box, we get the gun itself, we get the magazine, which usually has this little sticker over the top, just telling you about the extended follower, and you get a few bits of pieces here. You get an adjustable tool for the spring guide, so you can adjust the FPS up and down. You get two rail sections. You also get an extra Deans connector in there in case you need to convert your battery, because these do come on Deans from the factory, or at least this one did. And let's get it out of the box and take a closer look. Superb packaging from KWA that sort of suspends the rifle in mid-air inside the box, so they're less susceptible to damage. These things are built really sort of rigid that I can't imagine you'd have any problems with the bodies breaking or anything on these anyway. Speak to the camera there. Sorry if it pans left or right, for some reason the gimbal's playing it, but this gun has the same front end as the other QRFs and the T6. It also has a T6 style stock, very cool indeed. PTS grip, PTS sights. It's full metal construction apart from obviously the sights, the motor grip and the stock system on the back here, although it does have metal parts on it. The main body of it and the the buttstock is a like polymer style design with plastic style ambidextrous fire selector there. It's got an ambidextrous bolt release, like a faux bolt release, so you can, I think, lock these to the rear like so, and then you can push them down, that goes forward. It's a very anticlimactic thing, I won't worry too much about that, but the mag release as well can be operated from both sides. The difference with this one is it takes like a mock MP9 style magazine. If you're familiar with the MP9 series, very much looks like an MP9 mag, and it goes in straight like that. So you can kind of think of this as like an MP9 had a baby with a QRF from KWA. This is probably what you'd get. So for all intensive purposes, you know, from the previous reviews, if you have watched them, if you haven't, it's got a quick change spring design in the back here. They're AEG 2.5 gearbox. So it's all pretty much version 2 parts, and then you've got this spring guide system at the back, which is quick change, and it's also adjustable, so you can use that tool I showed you earlier, and you can dial the FPS slightly up or down to make sure you're nice and sight legal no matter where you're going. So let's say this, for instance, for example, was running at 300, because I do a lot of CQB, and that's the rule that a site has. If I go to another site, an outdoor field or anything like that, and their site is limit is 350, I can just slightly wind the spring guide up. It isn't as easy as what you'd think it is, that you could do it on the fly and sort of take advantage of the rules, but you do have to take the stock off, you wind it in, you'll get your FPS set, you put the stock back on, you screw the stock system into place, and then it's fixed there to go. Same M-lock front handguard as the QRF series and the T6. The TK45's actually had a key mod rail, and the M-lock rail, in my opinion, is just, you know, leaps and bounds better. Same high quality PTS iron sights, some of the best iron sights, airsoft iron sights that is, that you can get on the market, if not the best set. They're so rigid, they click into place nicely, they've got no wobble on them, and they take adjustments really easy too. So you can set them and get them set, drop down, and then they're really low profile as well, so I do like those. So the top receiver, everything sort of said, is pretty much the same as the other models, you know. I think they have different hop units. There's a different hop unit in the 45. I'm not too sure about the QRF model, I can't quite remember, but I think it's more of a conventional style hop unit that's in this one. And then you'll see there, takes the MP9 style mag release. It's a really short throw, but as you'll see, the short throw kicks it out quite a lot. That can be operated from both sides, of course, being ambidextrous. The sticker that you'll get on the magazine looks like this, and it basically just warns you that when you're putting the magazine in and out of the gun, if you're putting the magazine in the gun when it's empty, you've got a little extended follower here, and to avoid this moving over and snapping off when you try and put it in the gun, they just say pop the follower back down if you put in the magazine. You're going to have to do that to load it with BBs anyway, before you put it back into the QRF. So let's get straight to it. Let's see what this chrono's at. I reckon it's going to be about 350 to 355 maybe. I think that's what my QRF came in at, and then my QRF did settle as well as my 45. They both settled to around the 340, 345 mark after I put some rounds through them. So I'm guessing about 350 to 355. I bet I'll have a fast rate of fire on it with 11.1 that I'm going to use. And then we'll see how it does accuracy wise at 15 metres. So we're back in just a moment. Do a quick rate of fire test. And it didn't pick it up, so I've changed the position of the camera to about 2 or 3 metres away from the target, just so you can see it a little bit clearly and I'm not as zoomed in as before. So same sort of distance, 15 metres, 0.3 gram BBs. I'll do semi-auto first, then I'll do full auto after. I'll try and spot where it's shooting first. So very accurate. And empty. So just like all the other KWAs, this thing's rapid. I mean, look at that accuracy, standing position at 15 metres. You ain't missing at all. So you'll see there I was right on the money, about the 350, 355 mark. Accuracy at 15 metres, absolutely phenomenal. Rate of fire at this thing, 11.1 as well, is great. So I've just got on a massive rant about the ins and outs of this thing and why you probably pick this one over the other models, to realise I hadn't pressed record on the phone there. So I'm going to have to go through this again. To you guys, it probably won't see any different, but I'm probably just, I feel like I'm repeating myself because I am. So why would you pick the QRF MOD.3 if you don't have any other QRF models or KWA models? Let's say you're picking between the QRF MOD.1, which is that one, the MOD.2 with a long straight mag, or the MOD.3, which is this one. Your choice is literally down to which magazine type you prefer, because the guns all perform the same. There are slight differences. The QRF MOD.1 comes with a more MP5 styled end stock piece there. This one's like the T6. QRF MOD.2, I'm not quite remember, I think it's a little bit more like this. But the only difference is you're using different mags. So one thing you've got to take into consideration is the QRF MOD.1 like that. The only magazines you can get for it are the mid-cap 80 round magazines, which isn't a problem. The KWA QRF MOD.3, which is the new one, 80 round magazine as well, mid-cap. Great magazines, come in a pack of 3. The QRF Mod.2, however, which takes the long straight Glock style mag, you can use the 120 round mags, which they come with. You can use a shorter 80 round mag, and you can also, in that QRF Mod.2, you can also use the KWA TK45 magazines. So if you were buying a QRF and you wanted a new model and you'd already got a TK45 and you wanted the ability to share the mags to save you a little bit of money, then the Mod.2 would probably be for you. The Mod.2 and the TK45, the magazines are completely interchangeable. You know, you can use either mags in both. The short mags are nice because they come nice and flush, a bit like the Vector short mags. But if you're not bothered about magazines, it's still a case of it is your preference, because the guns all function the same. Take it from me, I've shot every single one. And so far I've owned more than enough of these things. It's just the magazine style. So this looks cool. I really do like the look of this, and the way that they've done the receiver. I'm a massive fan of the externals of this Mod.3. I went with the Mod.1 because I was a massive fan of the externals with the curved mags, a bit like an MP5, which is what that build's all done about. We'll get to these builds soon. I know you guys have been asking for it. TK45C. It was one of the first. Well, was one of the first new models they brought out. The magazine's 120 rounds. Feeds absolutely fine, perfect. That's a bit more like a Vector. It's got like a long body. The only one that I didn't buy myself was the Mod. Well, up till now, these are the Mod.2. Bit of foreshadowing there, but that was just because I thought with the long mags and the very short style receiver, I thought the Mod.2s perhaps looked a little bit out of place, like the 45 is. When I put the long mags in the 45, it's very much the same. And probably because I had the 45, I didn't want the Mod.2 because I got a gun that's pretty much a similar kind of style, if that makes sense. Maybe not. So the Mod.3, I really do like the styling on it, and it's one of those things that I had to ask myself too. We had people call in, obviously, when they saw the post on Facebook saying, you know, the Mod.3 isn't any good, and yes, it's very good. What I will say in regards to any KWA product as of late that I've reviewed in terms of their AGs, just get a new hot rubber. It's not essential straight away, you can use the gun, but if you want you know, average to good performance from it straight away, just switch out the hot rubber. Prometheus Purple's a good one. Guarded Clear is also a good one as well, but there's loads of different styles out there. Just switch that hot rubber out and you'll be hopping 0.25s nice and consistently, and even 0.3s, without the dreaded drop off when you've let the gun sit around for a while and the hop seems to like settle and it takes a few rounds to get it back to normal. So that being said, I sat there asking myself the question. I'm happy with my TK45C. I'm happy with my QRF Mod.1, which you can see has had a fair amount spent on it. And that's just the externals, the parts that's gone into it, you know, trying to push it to its absolute limits. Do I need another KWA rifle? Absolutely not. I don't, because they're going to perform pretty much on par with each other, you know, apart from this one, which has had, you know, MOSFETs and bits and pieces in it like that. So do I need another one? Absolutely not. Do I want another one? Absolutely yes. Yes, I think I'm probably at some point going to pick one of these up, just because I really like the way that they've styled the receiver, and I would probably do something a little bit different with it, as many of you is aware, as many as you are aware. Just do something a little bit different with it, because it's like an MP9 style short SMG. Obviously this is, you know, all there. It's pretty much all the running gear you need, but perhaps, you know, taking this lovely front end off that I like and put like a really short front end on, so you've got a really nice CQB style KWA. Who knows? Who knows? But I would buy this, having owned multiple KWAs. I would buy this as a new player as well, if you're looking for something a little bit more, I don't want to say pro line, but high end. I classify these as high end guns because the quality and the rigidity of them is absolutely astounding. I mean, I don't know if you watched the Bringing It, the Batteries Not Included show, but we picked up on the MTWs. That gun is very expensive for a lot of people. Most people, you know, I understand that it's out of their price range. But this has all been CNC machined and done to perfection with an upper receiver that's made out of 70-75, and you can throw it down a flight of stairs and it doesn't break. But the body wobble on that is absolutely horrendous. Rich, if you're listening or viewing this video, please get in touch, because that can't be normal. The guys at Wolverine, but it's a great product. We'll get to that in a future video. But these, you know, are almost half the price, and it's rock solid. I can't flex it whatsoever. I cannot flex it. I cannot rattle it. The only thing that moves is the magazine, because you want that bit of wobble where the magazine falls out under its own weight, as it doesn't. And the magazine falls under its own weight. Let's try again. There we go. So they are built like absolute units, and it's what I want. And the Mod 1 is my new go-to sort of SMG, and I love my MP5. I love my PP19. They're very unique pieces themselves. But this thing now, super tactical. It's got all the bits and bobs on it. It's just had a new torch, which I'll probably be reviewing soon on the show, which is one of the Odin O-lights. Very cool indeed, something I haven't reviewed before. So if you're thinking about one of these and you're picking one up and you know what KWA is a good brand, and you're looking at this thinking, oh, is it as good? Yes, it is 100%. The magazines, we've got loads in stock at the moment. We've got loads of guns in stock at the moment. Get on the website, bespokeairsoft.co.uk, if you're thinking about buying one, and get them quick, because the next delivery is probably going to be after Christmas now, with everything going on and the whole world in chaos. So thanks for tuning in to this review of the KWA MOD.3 QRF, or the QRF MOD.3, which is a bit more accurate. Love it to bits. It's fantastic. It's everything that the other KWAs are, and a little bit more coolness factor for having these MP9 style magazines. I think these trends come from the States, because they do have a lot of real guns over there that can take these type of magazines, like the Strybogs and stuff like that. So there's various M4 platforms out there, or Armalite, or AR-15 style platforms out there. I don't know what they call them anymore. So many names. Assault weapons. Superb. These tend to be a little bit screechy when they're new. It's normal. It goes away. Trust me. So thanks for tuning in this review. Hope you've enjoyed it. QRF MOD.3. Everything it says on the tin and more. So if you want to find, like I said, bespokeairsoft.co.uk, you can filter by brand, you can filter by latest products. All that stuff will be categorised and sorted for you. And I'll see you in the next video. And here's a quick word from the channel sponsor. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
I remember the night when you kissed me goodbye, and I said I'd be just fine. The next day you were gone, packed your car and moved on. But looking back, I still want you. You taste like candy.
Welcome to the Tag Gear Giveaways, the one-stop shop to win yourself some cool shit. Here we have the perfect prize for all you CTSFO wannabes out there. The SIG MCX Virtus AEG. You will be so operated with this thing that Morpheus will be calling you for extraction from the Matrix. Every standard competition, you have a 1 in 100 chance to win. That's amazing odds. A maximum of 20 entries per person. I'm your friendly operator, Frogman, and I approve this message. Send nods!